I can't see it myself, so let me do it again. There. Okay, for some reason.
Yeah, so you have the option, I guess, after start video, and the next symbol you have to present the screen.
Let me see. I'm using share content. Is it not the right one?
Yeah, this is the right one, sir.
Okay, so share content, and then it goes to
Screen one,
screen one,
leftmost.
and then,
Yeah.
but it's not coming up, unfortunately, for some reason.
Screen one, and then at the bottom you have a share button after that.
Yes, and I'm doing exactly that. Let me see, screen or application.
Yeah, screen or application. At the bottom, just below it, you have screen one. Click on screen one.
Yes, I'm doing this, but it's not sharing.
Now at the bottom, you have a share button at the bottom.
Yes.
You click on that, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'm doing it, but it's not sharing this. So
Okay.
let me see what's wrong. Screen one. Okay. Is it possible to for you to share to see if you can share?
So for that, you have to share the slides with us. Only then we can share on your behalf.
Okay. No, I mean, if you can share any screen to make sure this is working.
Okay. Yeah, I have just shared the same one.
Maybe I don't have permission to share. Not.
No, you have that one. I made you presenter as well.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm doing is to select the screen one and then share, but nothing is coming up.
Okay.
I'll try to share the slides with you, but the size is very big, so I'm not sure even if I can do this. So I put the link in the chat, and if you can see, if you can access the file.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
No, I guess we are not able to, log into this AEMO link. Do you have any drive link for this PPT, sir?
I don't have a drive, but let me see if I can.
Okay.
I'm trying to save it on my drive
Okay.
and see if we can.
Just share me the drive link whenever it is done, sir.
Yeah, all right. We'll do
Okay.
that. It's uploading to my drive, but
Okay.
while it's uploading, I can probably send you the link. Should I send it to you, Rishi?
Yeah, even in chat personally, you can send it to me if you want.
To everyone?
To everyone or personally, it's like on you, whatever feasible for you.
Yeah, okay. I'll share it with you, Rishi. So share the link. Hopefully, by the time you access it, it will
Yeah, let
be
me check.
downloaded.
Okay, I need access for this. So I'm sharing your request. It will goes to your account.
Okay.
The mail ID which is linked with this drive.
Mail ID?
With which this link is this drive is linked with your mail ID. There you will get this request, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I'll look for it. Oh, yes, I've got it.
Okay.
Okay. I hope now you can open it.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, now I got access.
Okay, that's good. So let's see if we can share it now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sharing it. Just a second, sir.
Sure.
Okay, it is done. I hope it is visible to everyone now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Dean said now you can go ahead. Like you just tell me like when I have to change the slide.
I can't see the slides. Maybe.
Okay.
Can everybody see the slides? It's only me. Can we check it?
Yeah, I think it's visible to everyone, sir.
Oh, I can't see it. Maybe if I disconnect and reconnect, it will fix it because I can't see the slide.
Okay. Okay, sir. You can.
Okay, give me a moment, please.
Sure, sure. Team, it is visible. Prashant.
Yes, it is.
Okay. No issue. So yeah, I think we have to tell this like they have to pin me like because I have joined through two accounts. So just let them know like to pin my this one account rather than the second one.
Okay, I'm here. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Is
Maybe if I try again, I may be able to share because maybe there was an issue with my connection. So
okay.
I'll try it again.
Oh, let me make you presenter again, right? Because you have joined
All
again.
right.
So yeah, passing it to you.
Okay. It
And
seems to be working now.
yeah, it's working now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, and sorry about this technical issue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Like
Let
we can
me,
go ahead now.
okay, let me put this in presentation mode. So you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, and now it's clearly visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for this technical issue, and I hope we can get through this quickly now that we have resolved it. So the topic is towards the net zero, and I'm going to talk about the challenges of energy transition, a little bit the global landscape, and then Australia and the state of Western Australia as an example. So this is a satellite image of Australia on 20th of April this year. And as you can see, a part of the west of Australia has gone into an eclipse, and it is in the dark. So why this is important? Maybe a decade ago, this wasn't an important phenomenon from power system perspective, but this is now becoming really important, and I will explain why. But firstly, because the topic of this discussion is about net zero, I'm posing a question: if we are responsible for CO2 emissions. So when I say we, I mean human beings. I know that there are not a lot of people now that deny human role in CO2 emission, but this is a really good graph showing the emissions from in the middle of 18th century until now. And you can see there is a sharp rise in emissions around the industrial age. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but here, you know, between 1815 and 1900, the CO2 emissions are going up and then very sharply up until now. So if you look at the warming of the planet and the temperature rise, you can see effectively the same thing. You know, there are the trend are very, very similar. So the CO2 emissions and global warming are effectively very, very interrelated. But what we have done as a response to the climate change, you can see here the global investment in clean energy compared to fossil fuels since 2015 up to now. So year after year, you can see the increase in clean energy investment that is response to the climate change. And here, oil production compared to 10 years ago, you can see 2013, we had a lot of oil production investment, but now investment in solar is more than oil production. Generally, investment in clean energy, investment in different countries have risen, and I have put some of these countries here, and because most of the attendees, or maybe all of you, are from India, you can see India is only after Japan in clean energy investment. And the total share of investment globally is more than $1.6 trillion in just 1 year. So we can see here that year after year, this investment has gone up, and this chart provides the details of where this energy investment has been. And as you can see, there are a lot of investment in renewable power, in energy efficiency, in grids, electric vehicle, battery storage, or even nuclear energy. And here is another chart showing effectively the same thing. And you can see solar and wind year after year has seen more investment. And you can compare it with coal, which year after year has seen reduced investment in that technology. And I'm showing prices here because in the last 3-4 years, the prices have stabilized almost in all of the renewable energy technologies. So what we are seeing here is a trend that is likely to continue. Now, after this, let me talk to you about where I work. I'm working for the Australian Energy Market Operator, or AEMO. We have 2 electricity grids in Australia, one in the eastern seaboard of Australia, which is here, and the other one, a smaller grid, but nevertheless big in terms of size. This is the size of UK in terms of size. And I'm going to talk to you mainly about this grid because it is effectively an island, not connected to any other grids, and it has very high level of renewable energy penetration. So let's talk about this. So in this grid, you can see there is a mix of coal, gas, wind, and solar. The share of coal has historically been 50%, but it is reducing because some of these coal units are retiring and they're replaced mainly by renewables. Here it shows since 2018 until last year, and this year also, we haven't finished this year. You can see the wind and solar and grid solar have risen to a relatively big share of the energy mix here. Okay, what does this do? A lot of people in this state have rooftop solar. So the solar that every resident, you know, if they have a home, they can put solar panels on the roof. They put it, and the government incentive ensures that the price is reasonable, and people are incentivized to put those solar panels on their roof. And as a result, during the day, when the sun is up, you can see a reduced operational demand on the system. So if you follow this purple line, this is the operational demand, and all the yellow bit here is what rooftop solar is providing. So this is producing an effect that we call duck curve, and I'm sure you have heard of this term. Sometimes we can see a very big share of this distributed photovoltaic affecting the underlying demand. Sometimes more than 70–75% of the demand is met by rooftop solar. So we are on the way to 100% renewable, and if it wasn't for the effect of the market, electricity market, we could have supported the whole load of the states during some hours of the day by renewables. So 100% renewables mean zero emissions, right? But unfortunately, there are some challenges, and I'm going to discuss these challenges a bit later. So the Australian government has pledged to keep the emissions, lower the emissions by 43% compared to 2005 level by 2030. That's 7 years from now, and then achieve net zero emissions by 2050. I'm sure in India there are similar goals, but in our states, the goal is even more aggressive. So the government here wants to reduce the emissions by 80% by 2030, and then net zero by 2050. And I know a lot of governments have this similar targets in place. So net zero by 2050 is now a target of many governments around the world. But net zero means that there are different generation types for the electricity that we consume, and it means that there will be a lot of inverter-based generation in the energy mix. This inverter-based generation create some impacts on the power system. So let's go through those impacts. So we see greater load swings with high levels of distributed PV operation. I showed you in the first slide the eclipse that we had in Western Australia. That eclipse created a load reduction, generation reduction of PV, and then the load increased as a result. But more than this, the effect of load swings are felt because of cloud coverage in this state. So we have seen lowering level of minimum operational demand, the Docker phenomenon that I discussed earlier on. We have seen fewer synchronous dispatchable generators available online. And this is because the distributed energy resources, the rooftop PV, create a lot of generation during the day, and this generation pushes synchronous generation out of the market. So the system operator has to disconnect some of these synchronous generation to make way or make a space for the distributed generation that we have no control of. As a result, we have seen low levels of system inertia, and inertia is a requirement for the power system to continue to be secure. We see that renewable generation is changing frequency requirement and management of frequency becoming very different compared to the past. We see system challenges impacting market outcomes. We have seen periods of negative prices, and sometimes those prices reach the limits that have been designed in the electricity market. Like here, minus $1,000 is the limit to the lowest price. And because generation is so abundant at some time of the day, we reach those minus 1,000 a few times during spring, for example, or during autumn, when the weather is mild and sun is generating a lot of power through the rooftop PVs. We are going to see non-synchronous generation exceeding synchronous generation. And this is potentially a great impact to the power system. It will affect the security because synchronism is a condition that the current grids are needing to operate on. And when non-synchronous generation replaces synchronous generation, there will be some occasions where the security of the power system can be affected. And I'm going to talk about this a little further. We have seen very strong growth in solar generation. Here in Western Australia, 1 in every 3 homes have solar PV, and almost every day 1 megawatt of solar PV is installed. So these are the challenges of modern power system, which is dominated by inverter-based generation, and I will explain what the impact these have. So I showed you that it will affect the market. During this winter, the market prices have been impacted, and for the rising electricity prices, some people were unable to turn their heating system, and as you can see in this photo, they would be making themselves warm with blankets. So why is energy transition important for India? I chose this topic because India, maybe some of the states you will see, we have high penetration, and maybe India will also be affected. So it is a topic that you may take interest in. So there are different phases for energy transition. In phase 1, there's no considerable impact, so very little renewable generation or inverter-based generation, and it's not affecting the power system. This is generally between 0% to 5 to 10%. In phase 2, there are minor to moderate impact, so more than 5 to 10%. So in phase 3, the variable renewable energy determines the operation pattern of the system. This is where we got about 10% to 20, 30%. And in phase 4, the variable renewable energy make up almost all generation in some periods. So high penetration, like what I showed you earlier on. So when you look at the countries that are in different phases of this, you can see here that, for example, South Australia is in phase 4 with Ireland and Denmark. But then you can see India is in phase 3 in one of the states, Karnataka, and 3 other states of India are in the same. They have lower penetration, but nevertheless they are in the phase 3 of operation of the renewables. And these states, as you can see, are Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat. So I don't know which state you are in, but you know, it's India overall, maybe the next one to be worried about this. Why this is important? Because variable renewable energy affects the frequency management, as I showed you, and it affects its stability. So I'm sure you know what frequency is, but frequency is an indication of the health of the system, because it reflects the ability of the grid to keep the demand and supply in balance. So when the frequency is steady, it means the system is healthy, load and generation are in balance, and the system has also to be stable. And stability is also a measure of keeping a frequency at a constant level under normal condition, and then being able to recover from any abnormal condition or changes in frequency. Let me show you what happens when you have distributed energy resources and when you have a high share of these and how it affects frequency. You can see here that demand and supply are in balance, and frequency is steady at 50 Hertz. But then we have the sun coming up, and then generation from rooftop PV goes into the supply side. And you can see here that distributed photovoltaic. So these are the DER that I discussed. And at the same time, if a contingency happens, for example, a line trips or a generator trips, there will be an effect on power system. And because no part of the supply is not available anymore, the frequency dives or goes lower. Now, in systems that are not dominated by DER, the frequency can quickly recover by increasing load on other generators. But what happens here with a lot of DPV, because the DER also responds to the contingency and takes away some of the supply. Therefore, the frequency deteriorates even further. So what happens in order to be able to manage this situation, we need to have reserves more than normal, and this increases market cost. So we have frequency control ancillary services, we have a spinning reserve, we need to curtail distributed PV, and as a result, there will be market implications. And then it increases the risk of non-credible contingencies. So contingencies that we can't really quantify very well, so the system will be at risk. And then in this situation, we can't have more distributed energy resources added to the system, and we have to limit those connections. I can show you in such a system what happens when there are weather events. Here on the left, you can see the cloud coverage over this area that it is city of Perth, and most of the rooftop solar are concentrated in this very small area. And when the cloud passes through or above this area, you can see the frequency here on the right-hand side. You can see in red, you can see frequency. So frequency, instead of being a steady, goes up and down with the cloud. And therefore, the load, system load goes up and down. And you can see how here system load, if you zoom in, you can see how system load is going up and down. Sometimes these sort of swings really get high and becoming almost 40% or 50% of system load itself. And you can see how difficult it will be to manage such a system. So in normal condition, in normal day with no cloud coverage, we have a day like this. So this is operational demand, and this area is the energy that is supplied by rooftop solar. But when we have a cloudy day, you can see it can be anywhere. So it can be up, down, and really it's hard to predict such a change in load and in demand. And it is really a hard day for controllers who are trying to manage this situation at work. We can really have tight supply conditions because sometimes the intermittent generation, like wind and solar, don't generate as much as we forecast that they would generate. For example, if I zoom in these few days here, you can see in these days, here we have, if you look at the green is wind. So you can see here we have wind here, but there are 3-4 days here that there is almost no wind. And in those 3-4 days, the load is really high. It is in last June, a couple of months ago. And you can see no wind, very cold. And, you know, there is nothing that can be done in terms of managing or meeting the load condition with intermittent generation. So you need to have enough reserves to cover for those situations. Here you can see normally when the temperature is low, you get a lot of wind. When temperature is high, you get low wind. But this correlation always doesn't work like that. So in June 23 that I showed you previously, you can see there is a low temperature, but again, low wind as well. So in previous years, this month has shown a lot of high winds with low temperature, but this year we had low wind and low temperature. So it means that during those low temperature situations where the load on the system is really high, that the wind is not blowing. And you can see it on this graph as well. So you can see a lot of dots here. So this is the load, and you can see the wind generation is really very, very low. So these are the challenging situation which creates financial implications. And as you can see, this is the dollar per megawatt hour. Here we have $200 per megawatt hour, and during the night we have more than $300 per megawatt hour. But having said all of that, we are on our road to 100% renewables. All the challenges can be resolved through engineering, and we have been trying to see what we need to do. So we have a roadmap, 200% renewables, and this roadmap is focused towards three sort of preconditions. So system security, system operability, and resource adequacy and capability. The elements of these roadmaps I briefly show you. In a system dominated by high penetration of renewables, you will have system strength issues. It means that the network becoming weak and hard to manage voltage. We are looking at how we can create a strength into the system by adding synchronous condensers. In a system dominated by high renewables, it will be really difficult to restart the system if there is a blackout, because there won't be a stable load to do that. So we are redesigning the paths to restart the system. We need a lot of new transmission infrastructure in place, and the governments in Australia are allocating funds to do that. We need to be able to manage the distributed energy resources, those inverters that people use for their rooftop solar, and we have put together new standards for the new inverters to be controllable and to support the system. We are modernizing the distribution network with the the data, and how we can operationally uplift the current operation of the distribution network. We are looking at our tools for operating the system and looking at what sort of new requirement it's needed. For example, we may need artificial intelligence, we may need faster computers to do studies, and we need better tools to give us visibility on the power system. So all of these are going to be thought through, and the requirement for the future power system in terms of tools and analysis will be put in place. And I'm sure you have heard about resiliency and planning for resiliency, and there are a lot of discussions about how the system can be more resilient and how we can recover from situation that we are faced with in future when extreme events happen, like extreme weather events and contingencies that relate to renewable energy and management of frequency. So with all this together, and with engineering framework that AEMO is putting together, the Australian grids are going to be able to operate with 100% renewables in near future for periods of times. And I'm not saying all the time, because it's really hard to be able to operate a system all the time on 100% renewables, but the measures are in place to be able to cope with situations that for periods of time the system is operated on 100% renewables. So thank you so much for listening to this presentation. I'm going to put a link into the chat here for you. If you are part of the IEEE PES and you haven't voted, this is the link for you to vote in the upcoming elections. And if you want to vote for these elections. I'm running for the position of treasurer in for IEEE Power and Energy Society. So thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to take questions.
Okay, questions from the participants. The first question is like, what radical changes are required to become net zero emissions for energy intensive industries?
Sorry, let me, are these questions in the chat?
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't hear this. Can you please repeat that? Or maybe if you have a question, if you type, I can read here. Oh, what radical changes are required to become net zero emissions for energy intensive industries? That's a really good question. I think for energy intensive industries like, you know, making steel and cement, there is, at least in Australia, there are some initiatives in place, and most of these are related to connecting wind generation, so that the output of those wind generators can supply those energy intensive industries. For countries that have nuclears, I think, you know, this is, nuclear is a net zero emissions free technology. Definitely in France, you can see that they are supplying all of the industry, or maybe I shouldn't say all, but a majority of these industries with nuclear. But definitely there are a lot of investment in wind and offshore wind, and the best way to move to net zero for these industries is to support that sort of investment. So there is another one. Let me
it is repeated actually. So
okay.
I'm sharing you one more. That is at the bottom. Yeah, can you check now?
The second question.
Okay.
Bindu,
Yeah.
yeah, Bindu, you just said.
That's the.
So that is, I'll just read the question out. How do you reconcile net zero with the many other sustainability challenges? For example, how do we make circular thinking central to the net zero agenda?
We make circular thinking central to net zero agenda. So I'm really not understanding this question. If you can make it clear what you mean by circular thinking, that would be great. But in the meantime, I go to the next question. For integration of renewable energy into conventional grid, we need network expansion. Yeah, if we expanding line, it means more I2R losses, yes, and transmission and distribution losses also increase. That's correct, of course. Then how we handle this phenomenon? You know, it definitely comes with expanding the network, and in some cases you can reduce line losses by going into DC, but definitely this is true. So more transmission means more line losses, and I think we need to create enough energy in renewables to go compensate for losses that we are seeing as a result of I2R losses. I joined late, but as frequency variation you mentioned referred to the standard AC grid frequency. Yes. Does any of your models account for grid power factor variance? So when you say power factor, so it means at the connection side. So we model the grid at transmission level, and at transmission, of course, the way reactive power is moving into the power system affects power factor as well. But for all these models include both active and reactive power, which also considers
So there is one more question. What role does offsetting play in net zero?
Yeah, the modeling that we have in Australia have shown that offsetting is the main source of abating emissions, and without offsetting like carbon capture and storage, net zero cannot be achieved. And actually, the reason there is net zero is because of that, because you can never really create a zero emission power system. So there will be some emission, and with offsetting those emissions, you can create a net zero power system. So offsetting have a major role to play in that. COVID-19 on net zero. I think COVID-19 in the years that started in 2020 really affected the emissions. So you can see the emissions have reduced in 2020, but then at the end of 2021 and 2022, definitely it's gone back to the levels that they were. So definitely had that sort of impact. But then COVID-19 has also impacted the production of clean energy sources, such as wind turbines and solar farms. So definitely there's a huge impact in different aspects, and all of it has been studied well. So if you ask me about the energy production, definitely has during COVID, both in energy production and transport, emissions have been lower, but those years have been very unusual years. So very soon after COVID, we have seen increase of those emissions again. So
the other question is, what are the major demand sectors to play a role in the net zero strategy, except power sector?
yes, definitely demand sectors play a major role, and if we can create flexibility in demand in terms of how and when the demand can align with the times of energy abundance, that is a really big win for the power system. But the demand can play a big role also in decarbonizing and modernizing the production lines, if it is a steel or if it is chemical processing or mines. It can really modernize. They can modernize the production lines in order to play a role in net zero strategy. Transport can also play a big role.
So the other question is, so what about the reactive power support in the high RE rich grid?
Yes, so that is also another subject, because when we have close to unity power factor, because the production of inverter based generation can be effectively at unity factor, you can see the reactive power can be really high. For example, for DER, during DER time, reactive, you can see voltage rising, but the modern inverters are also very good in keeping the voltage and reactive power at the level that is required. For example, we have seen wind farms that are helping with reactive power, and their inverters work even when they are not producing any active power. So they have a major role in managing reactive power in high rich renewable energy grid.
So the last question.
Yeah.
The last question is, in Australia, is there any feed-in tariff concept? If so, what type of consumer and voltage level government is allowing?
Yes, so in Australia, there is a feed-in tariff for consumer. So it is an incentive for the distribution connected consumers to have solar rooftop, and then they get paid when they produce energy into the grid. Previously, the incentive was much higher. It was like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. But with increased level of penetration of renewables, the government has reduced the feed-in tariff to 8 cents per kilowatt hour.
Yeah, like we'll take last one more.
Yeah.
So yeah, in future, if everyone gets an EV, has PV generation at home, and even further beyond that, will Australia still have capacity to be producing power to be sent to Indonesia as well?
If everybody gets an EV, I think I will be really worried about the grid, because EV charging demands a lot of power, and I think we need to get ready for that future. Australia doesn't have a large fleet of EVs at the moment, so about maybe 1% of cars are EVs. But if this share of EV becomes much larger, I don't think we will have capacity to export to Indonesia or other countries, unless there are massive projects. And I have seen a project in north of Australia that was meant to produce power and send to Indonesia and Singapore, but this project is at the moment at the feasibility stage, and it needs massive investment to become a reality.
Yeah, that's all for, I guess, questions. If anybody have any question, they can just unmute themselves, if any. Otherwise, we'll just stop it now.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks
Okay.
for questions.
Okay, I guess that's all for the questions. Thank you so much, sir, for today's presentation and giving your valuable time from last 1 hour in this weekend and in a busy schedule. This is Spark Event 3, run by IEEE Region and PS Student Chapter Committee, and we are really grateful that you have given your input in our this initiatives, and you make this our whole initiative a very fruitful. I'm just sharing with you a token of appreciation for today's presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you for today's talk on Towards Net Zero, the Challenge of Energy Transitions, the Spark Event 3's initiative of IEEE Region 10 PS Student Chapter Committee. We appreciate your valuable times for today, and I hope that attendees has enjoyed these events a lot. And thank you so much for being us for the last 1 hour. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you. Now, I guess we are concluding it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye everybody. Bye all. Bye to be here for the last 1 hour. And thank you so much for your so much interactive questions to be here. And we hope that you will stay with us for all our upcoming initiatives. And if you want to get an idea about what Spark and all of our things, please visit our website. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.
Sharafi, see ya.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Yes,
It was a very well run event.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your all questions.
See ya.
Say bye. Thanks, Bindu. Thanks for managing everything. Thanks, Prashant, Ajay, Stephen. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Bye bye. I'm just concluding it now.